Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Trouble Free. In today's video, we are going to learn about the concept of barriers to communication in the subject of organization behavior. So basically, in this video, we will learn what a barrier is and what are the different types of barriers we have and also the subtypes in them. Okay, first of all, what do you mean by a barrier? A barrier is nothing but it is an obstacle. Suppose you are walking, okay, and suddenly a big rock or a door or something came in front of you which is stopping your way, which is stopping your walk. Okay, then that is a barrier because it is an obstacle for you. It is stopping your walk, right? So in the same way, in the communication also we have some barriers. Those barriers are stopping the communication or they are making communication difficult. Okay, so let us see what are those barriers. We have 5 types actually. First one is semantic, second is socio-psychological barriers, and the third one is personal barriers, and fourth one is physical, fifth one is organizational. It is going to be a very simple video, guys. Just try to understand, just try to remember. Others are you can just easily understand them. First is the semantic barriers. In semantic barriers, the first one we have is the vocabulary. So vocabulary is not same to everybody, right? See, my level of English could be different, your level of English could be somewhat higher than me, so the vocabulary which you are using, that is the words which you are using, may be different when compared to the words which I am using, right? For example, okay, I'm not getting any examples into mind. Let us not waste time, but you understood what is vocabulary, right? Simple words. If I am using simple words and you are using very high level words, if one person is using simple words and the other person is using high level words, then this simple person cannot understand what this high level words using person is speaking, because his vocabulary is different. The words he is using is different. Vocabulary is nothing but the words we are using, right? So then obviously this person cannot understand, right? So that is about vocabulary. Then what do you mean by jargons? Guys, excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So jargons means shortcuts, to be more precise. For example, you say BRB. What do you mean by BRB? I'll be right back. And you're saying TTYL. What do you mean by TTYL? Talk to you later. Like that, we have ATB, all the best, IDK, I don't know. So we have so many words, so many shortcuts. Basically, when WhatsApp and everything came into picture, when we are chatting, we use different types of shortcuts. But it is not mandatory that everybody has to understand this shortcuts, right? So everybody may not understand this shortcut. So like people will again stop there. People will find difficult in understanding that. Okay, and next comes the slang. So slang is nothing but the words which you, I mean, that it is particular to a region of people. Okay, see guys, slang is different, accent is different. I used to confuse between slang and accent. Like just very recently I came to know that slang is something different when compared to accent. Accent is, we speak an American accent, British accent, Indian accent. The speed of the language, we can not exactly speed, but the way of talking. But slang is different. It is particular to a group of people or a region of people. For example, we say Telangana slang. So in Telangana, like we use some different words which are not understandable to people who are living in Andhra Pradesh. Same Telugu only, but Andhra Pradesh people will not understand, and Andhra people will use, or Rayalaseema people will use some words which Telangana people will not understand. Of course, all the 3 states are speaking in, not 3 states, sorry, 2 states. All the 2 states are speaking in Telugu only, but there are some words which people will not understand. Okay, so that is about slang. A slang is nothing but a language which is fixed to particular group of people. Okay, next is wrong translations. Wrong translation means, for example, I don't know Hindi properly. Okay, if somebody is speaking to me in Hindi, then just like ABCD of Hindi we can manage, like small things like bhaiya ye kitna hai, bhaiya thoda pyaz dalo, like pani puri language. All those can be managed, but very high level of Hindi I cannot understand. Okay, so when that person is telling something, I may understand it in some other way, right? So if for example I went to a shop, a tailor shop, let us suppose, I went to ask him a dress. He said, "Kal aao." What is the meaning of that? I don't know. If I think that, okay, he said me to come, maybe he said me to come evening, sorry, maybe he asked me to come in the evening, I will think, and I will go in the evening. But actually, what did he say? Not evening, right? So, if you don't know the language also, you may understand it in a different way. Okay, so this is about wrong translation. Next is socio-psychological barriers. So, socio-psychological barriers, in that first one is, basically this will arise because of the social and mental status of the person. Okay, the first one is conflicting signals. So in conflicting signals, you know what is verbal and non-verbal. In the previous video I have explained in verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal means with words or with visuals. Non-verbal means with symbols, just with symbols, right? For example, you said, "I like chocolate." You're liking it, but you're shaking your head horizontally. That is like you don't like it. If you like it, you have to shake it vertically, right? Instead of that, you're shaking your head like this, like this. Then which means that you don't like it. What you're speaking is like. What your signals are showing is dislike. That is, your verbal and non-verbal actions are not matching with each other. In that case, this conflicting signals problem will arise. Okay, verbal and non-verbal are not matching with each other. Got it? In that case, this problem will arise. Okay, next, perceptual differences. So perceptual differences means, see, other person may be telling you something in a anger mode, okay, but what you understood could be in a comedy mode. Okay, so there obviously perceptual difference is coming, right? He is in different perception, you are in different perception. What he wants to convey, maybe you are not able to understand it, or what you are understanding, maybe he is not able to understand. So perception means the way we think. Because of the differences in thinking also, because of the differences in the way of thinking and way of understanding also, communication will be interrupted. Okay, next is attitude differences. See, it is not like every person will have the same attitude. Some people will be down to earth, some people will have a lot of arrogance, some people are introvert, some people are extrovert. It is not like everybody has the same attitude, right? So in attitude differences, if two people with two different attitudes are speaking to each other, then obviously the communication will become difficult. Suppose you are a very calm, quiet, down to earth person, and you are speaking to a person and he is very arrogant. Whatever you're speaking, he's something speaking in reverse, or he's just he's not taking your words, he's just throwing your words. He's trying to prove himself great. Then would you like to continue conversation with that person? No, right? So that is the example for this. Okay, so next is personal barriers. Personal barriers are which are person to ourselves, like it will be different from person to person. Poor listening skills. So poor listening skills in the sense, what the other person is saying, you're not able to listen properly. Suppose for example, people who cross the 70s and 80s will have listening problem. So what they are listening is different, what they convey will be different. Okay, we see in some of the movies like these situations, right? If you are not able, and not only because of the age, if you are suppose if you are very far away from a person, then some words will be audible to you and some words you cannot listen, right? So based on the words which you have listened, you cannot create a story, right? So because of the listening skills also, some differences will happen. Next is the emotional conflict. Same again, different people will have different emotional states. Some people are very strong, some people are very emotional, that for even small things also they will open their tap. So people who are very calm, who are very cool, who are very chill cannot easily communicate with people who are always in a negative mind, in a sad mood. Okay, so this is also one of the barrier. Emotional states of the people is also one of the barrier. Next is physical barriers. Physical barriers means, you know what is the meaning of the word physical, right? Defective equipment. Defective equipment means what? The tools which we are using for listening. So what we will be using, speakers, and if you are talking on mobile phone, mobile speaker, or earphones, AirPods, etc. If they are not properly arranged, if the sound system is not proper, obviously we will not understand. If the mobile signals are not proper, the voice will be breaking, right? Then some words will be audible, some words will not be audible. Again, a problem will be arising, right? Next, distance. Just now I said, if the distance between two people is very huge, then obviously words cannot be transmitted properly. Some words will be audible, some words will not be audible. So distance. Next is noise. Noise means, you know what is noise. If some external noise or some external speaker or DJ is disturbing, then obviously again you cannot hear properly and you cannot communicate properly. For communication, what is the first important thing? Listening skills are very important. You have to first listen. You have to understand what other person is talking. You have to understand what other person wants, and then you need to give back the answer, right? So for that, listening is very important. With this noise, distance, defective equipment and all, you cannot first of all listen properly. If you're not able to listen properly, then obviously the conversation will not be proper. Then obviously communication also will not be proper. Next, organizational barriers. So organizational barriers means the obstacles which happen within the organization. For example, roles and status. So roles and status in the sense, for example, when you are speaking with your friend, you will have very confidence. You'll be in a next level of confidence, like, because whatever you speak, your friend will accept. Whatever your words are coming out of your mouth, he will accept or she will accept, right? But when you're speaking to your lecturer, you may feel a bit nervous, but if the lecturer is very friendly with you, of course you speak, but still we control some words, right? And next, you're speaking with the HOD, you're speaking with the principal. As the level of the person increases, you feel a bit nervous, right? When you're speaking with higher authority people or higher role people. So that is what is given here. Next is organizational structure. For example, a circular is being posted. A circular, not circular, some information is there in your college. That information is with the chairman of your college. So from chairman, it has to reach the student. Okay? From chairman, it has to reach the student. Directly it will not come from chairman to student, right? Instead of releasing a circular, the chairman first informed it to the principal. Principal then informed it to the HOD. HOD then informed it to the lecturer. Lecturer then informed it to the CR of the class. Then CR informed to you. See how many people are involved in between. So when the information is passing between all these people, obviously at some point of time, information may be lost or additional information may be added. So something might have happened, right? So because of the very long or very tall organization structure also, communication will be interrupted. Okay, so these are all the different things we have, guys, in barriers of communication. So I hope this video is clear to you. If you're still having any doubts, let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely try to clear. Let's meet up in the next coming video with another topic.